Okay, that should make my microphone work. Maybe. It's possible that things are still a little messed up. I had to reinstall Windows, and because of that, a lot of things are not acting how they should. Ideally, this should fix my PC problem. I don't know if it will, and in fact, where the hell did I put this? There you go. Turn this down a bit. It's basically almost at max volume. Well, maybe turn it up a little bit. I don't know. But welcome everybody to the stream. There should have been a Fire Emblem stream today. I didn't even test the chat to make sure the chat works. Let's see here really quickly. If I type T into YouTube, YouTube will take like half a minute to get back to me. If I type Y into Twitch, oh shit, never mind. It was almost instant for YouTube this time, so that's pretty nice. The only real thing I wanted to do today is to go over the what's it called? The stupid thing. The Nintendo Direct that they literally streamed out of nowhere yesterday. I pretty much have not... I know that there's Xenoblade. Xenoblade got a release date with a remaster. They, since I always said, and I even said at the end of the Xenoblade 2 playthrough, I'd never beaten Xenoblade 1, and what little of it I had played, I didn't really get very far in it. So it would be probably in my best interest to play it, just because one, it looks pretty good. It'll be fun. I'm more invested in beating it because obviously now the franchise has gone on and they've changed things. And maybe if I'm lucky enough and I throw enough money at them, they might even bless us with an X remake. I don't know, probably not. I'm not even gonna pretend like they will. But it's a happy thought I can cling to in these dark, dark times. Let me see if I can turn this thing on and get it prepped. Because if I can, that would be great. Now, what the hell is this? Why is there a volume slider here? That is really weird. This is like my first time, I haven't updated OBS in a while. And I just decided, what the hell, might as well update it. So there's a lot of new stuff that I'm not too sure really what the hell it is. And what is really weird is that I have my desktop audio, but it does not have the output that I want. It really is kind of creepy and weird, but I digress. Let me just see something really quickly before I start doing anything at all. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have what I want, which is very interesting. Discard those changes. Okay. Basically, I finally set up my HD PVR 2. I mean, some things got better because of all the movement and stuff that I did, and some things got worse. Do I think it was the right thing to do? Yeah, maybe. I'd say it was about 60%. You didn't miss anything, Ash. Welcome to the stream, by the way. You missed literally nothing. Like, the first 5 minutes was just CJ, and then I came in. I did move everything around my room like I said I would. I will make up this Fire Emblem stream at some point in the future, because I did want to play it today. So let me make sure that Leaf Green's in my GameCube first, before I start playing it. Or, I don't even know what's in it right now, actually. But because I set up my HD PVR 2, there's like a whole roster of games that I can play that I want to play, and I've been meaning to play. So for starters, I did say I want to play Minish Cap this year. If I'm gonna play Minish Cap, it's still gonna be on the Wii U. That hasn't changed. Pokemon Crystal is here. If the battery still works, I'll play that. The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages is still here. I'd love to play that. Final Fantasy 1 on the Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls collection. Would love to play that. This is my actual good Leaf Green, I think. And this is the Emerald that I have. I have Pokemon Silver, Oracle of Seasons, the Metroid GBA games, which I played to death on my channel, Final Fantasy IV Advance. I might honestly play Final Fantasy IV GBA. I do like the GBA versions. Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy VI Advance. If I ever finish that Final Fantasy VI playthrough I started ages ago. Now there's 2 Pokemon Rubies in here. One of these I bought at GameStop for I forget how much. The other one I've owned since like when the game came out. I can't tell which is which because they are both basically in the same condition, which is very rare to find GBA Pokemon games. I think the one on my left is mine. You can hear me, right? Like my mic is not fucked up. Hold on. Let me make sure. All right. How do I stop the Kefka wave? Stop. Echo. Holy shit, that is amazing time. Yo, OBS is lit now. Could you imagine that? It used to be like a full couple of seconds. I by the time I was able to stop Kefka music, travel over to Mixer and hear my own self talk, it was already done. Holy shit, that's amazing. Anyway, I'll have to see which Ruby's which, because I'm going to finish that goddamn game. Leaf Green, Tetris Worlds, I'm not playing that. Metroid Fusion, not playing that. The Spyro games, I have 2 copies of Tetris Worlds, actually. Spyro Season of Ice, Spyro 2 Season of Flame, and I think I have Attack of the Rhinox. Another one is Zelda Force, what is it? Link's, A Link to the Past. I'm sorry, I don't know why I thought Link's Awakening was on the GBA. It might be, like, the original version. So yeah, like a lot of... I never beat Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Here's Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. What else? There's a Yu Yu Hakusho game in here. And lastly, Spyro Attack of the Rhinox. Like, these are all games... I keep hitting the restart button for YouTube. That's why it keeps trying to replay that. So, like, I don't know. It would be really easy for me to say what to play when. But I think I have enough on my plate at this exact moment. So I'm not even really going to rush into it. But because I finally have this set up, which when I moved my room before, I said it was to get this more readily set up, and that never happened. Now this can actually become a thing. But I know it worked 2 days ago when I tested it. The real question is it still going to work? And also, which Pokemon Ruby is it that I'm missing? Okay, let's actually plug this into the GameCube. We'll switch the input, and then maybe we'll begin if it works? Question mark. What do I even have in here? Oh, the other emerald, I think, right? Yeah, this is. I bought an emerald from someone for $10. He walked into GameStop, and they basically. This was a couple months ago. This was actually last year, I think. And they were like, "Oh, well, we can't buy that back, sir." And so I'm like, dude, I'll give you $10 for that emerald. And he was like, sure. And he fucking gave it to me. And I was like, all right, cool. Here's your $10. Let's see if it works. It might not. Might have to do like some weird stuff to make it work, honestly. Let's transition. Okay, that's not making it work. Oh, please. Come on, I hyped you up so much. Please work. Let's see. Oh, there's something happening. And there we go. Except it didn't even read the actual cartridge. Which is very interesting. So the way I get this to kind of work is I have to basically piggyback it off of my Elgato, which sometimes makes it work. Now this leaf green isn't mine. I forget how much I paid for it. There we go. Except this leaf green now doesn't work. Oh, fucking kill me. The problem with these old cartridges. Sometimes they just do not want to work at all, no matter what you do. And there's not really much you can do about it. There's a reason why they're like 20 years old at this point, almost. Yeah, I don't know. This leaf green might be screwed, honestly. Which would suck, because I did pay money for it. Where's my controller? I could probably get it to work. And then if not, let me test my... I'm going to give it another 2 chances. I'll test my Fire Red. And then, Yes. game packs. It's not like you could really get your finger under it that easy. Come on, baby. Nope. That's so crazy, because I got it to work just like 2 days ago. And I swear, I did not do anything to this. Alright, let me try a game I know works. And maybe I should like try to reseat it in an actual Game Boy. I don't know if like one of the connectors is damaged, because I know it worked when I booted. When I first got it, because just to make sure, I tested it. Yeah, see, like this works. I know that everyone hates GameStop right now, but some of this stuff legitimately worked perfectly fine when I bought, like this Fire Red I got from GameStop refurbished, and it worked. I did the playthrough on it. So everything is fine here. It is exactly as intended. Nothing new, nothing rare. This is literally the same cartridge I used to finish the playthrough on. So the good news is that this works. This setup that I have works. And basically it's treating the HD PVR as a console. And there's not really any input lag, which surprises the hell out of me, which means the HD PVR 2 still holds up to this day, which is pretty nice. The only problem is it only does 30 FPS, which I think these games display in 60 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm getting half the frames, but it's Pokemon. It's not like you really needed a ton of frames to play a GBA Pokemon game. So yeah, this is pretty much where all the Pokemon I caught ended up. I think I even caught Mewtwo, right? Yeah, I know I did. Where is he? I think we can get rid of this. Yeah, here he is. Got an Adamant Nature Mewtwo, which might be one of the worst possible ones to get. Unless you import it forward to like Gen 7 or Gen 6 where it can Mega Evolve. But yeah, that's kind of that's where a lot of this ended up at. So it's actually pretty nice, and that's kind of what I want to do again today, because I did say at the end of the Fire Red playthrough, yeah, I really want to. What? Oh, oops. I really want to play Leaf Green so I can catch Raikou and do a bunch of other stuff. I did say that. The good news is that now I know how to fix it. Like, basically, my one complaint about the Elgato HD60... Oh, that's not how you do it. My one complaint about the Elgato HD60, I turned it off anyway, is that sometimes it will just not... it does not register anything. And that's the worst part about it, is that it will just flat out be like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no signal. Which is totally not true at all. It'll just be like... it'll just be like... it just won't do it. It won't work. Yeah, I don't know. This Leaf Green might be screwed. I'm getting depressed, because it worked when I got it. Okay. So, as you saw, it's not anything else about the setup. So it's just the cartridge. Let me see if I can dummy test this really quickly. Oh, wait, I'm getting some. I got the Nintendo, but it was scrambled. I think I got it. Let's see. Yeah, see, what is happening? I got it to work on the third try. The third try. Oh, I gotta delete this guy's game. So there's some guy, I don't know if whoever it is, some dude named Derek had this. And today we're gonna delete his save, because I want to start my own. So I could get it to work. I don't know, whatever, dude. I knew it. I knew if I fumbled with it, I'd get it. What do you want me to say? Whatever. New game. Yes. 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 I did like the help system. I think it's pretty nice for some things, like tight matchups and whatnot. Very nice. This world is inhabited by Pokemon. I did like these games when they came out. I still think they have the best tile set and look of any of the Gen 3 games. We'll do the same. What is select? Yeah, that's so weird. I really wish the GameCube had a select button. It's the worst. It's the worst feeling in the world. That the GameCube had less buttons than everything else at the time. Like, I'm playing out of OBS, which usually you're not supposed to do. Red, ash. Doesn't really matter. Let's give him this. It's ironic because the original versions were blue, or were, I guess maybe his name was green. I do kind of hate the Kanto games because I find that Misty's really annoying to try to defeat half the time. It's an SNES. Or SNES, just a NES, my bad. So I guess there is no Pokemon game that has a SNES in it, is there? There you go. It's unsafe. You need your own Pokemon. It's really a shame they never remade Yellow. That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, what I learned today is that if I have a problem with a game registering, just put it in a Game Boy, because I think being able to start it faster is better too. Something about the Game Boy just works. I have no clue. And this is, I put it in my bad SP as well. Okay. I'm hitting it too soon. That's like the biggest effect the delay has had on me so far. So let me save. There's a different save file. If you saved all the other files eventually including items of Pokemon, yes. Goodbye. Sorry, buddy. Actually, that's literally a sound clip that I have for one of the alerts. Okay. Yes. I kind of want a decent nature, so I'm actually going to soft reset until I get one. I don't know what is the Game Boy Advance soft reset command? He takes Bulbasaur. Wow! On the first attempt, I got a modest nature. No, this is not a modded cart. Alright, sweet. I'll take it. Sure, that's obviously a good sign. Holy shit, a modest. Actually, that might make winning this fight harder, but who cares? I kind of just like to tackle until I win. It is kind of weird giving people lowercase names, just because everything else is in caps. Yeah, they made this game specifically to bring back the old fans who might not have played since Gen 2 or Gen 1. That's literally why this game exists. Wow, first attack miss on the AI. What is happening? A critical on the second attack. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, another miss. Yeah, I do terrible damage, but like, what luck? That's insane. That's actually insanity. Good grief, man. Wow. Take my Pokemon battle. Yeah, okay, goodbye. Pokemon. Yeah. Alright. That's actually incredible. 2 misses on the AI, a crit for me, and my attack stat is garbage, which is unfortunately just not going to help me for a little bit. Using the D-pad's going to be kind of weird. I also really like the music for Gen 4. Or Gen 3. I like Gen 4's music too. Oh, no, here we go. That's it. We had one good fight. And this is where it all goes down the toilet. Because for me to do any decent damage, I have to hit way harder initially, because my attack stat is... Like, even those couple of points at the... Are you kidding me? I missed. Never mind. Even those just minor attack stat drops at this point are still kind of messing with me. I was actually going to say I'd take Timid, I'd take any of the neutral natures, or anything that ups special attack. And we got pretty much the best nature for casual play right off the bat. I didn't even need to do anything. I didn't even need to soft reset. I think that's like 1 out of, what, 25 chance that you get that? Get what you want? Oh, no. Did they buff tackle to 100 accuracy in later games? The only thing this thing can do is tackle, so we're just gonna have to beat him to it. Regretfully, Pidgey doesn't know any other moves. Yeah, you get the little animation when you level up. Alright, good. Because I played a lot of the Gen 1 games later, I really don't like them. Actually, don't I own a copy of Special Yellow? I feel like I do, I just don't know where it is. There's like some games, I don't know where they went and where I put them. And maybe I lost them, I don't know. I feel like I do own a copy of the Yellow game. Who knows where I put it? That's what's crazy, is it could be anywhere at this point, honestly. Maybe I thought I was being really smart putting it somewhere, being proactive, and I just never found it. Yes, here we go. We have to do this first. Yeah, they don't let you buy anything yet. I forget if every Pokemart is set to give you the parcel. But this is the only one you can go to. Well, you'd have to do, like, sequence breaking or hacking to get to anything else, honestly. Oh, and the reason this border might not have been shown is because I cropped it out, I think, for the playthrough. In fact, I'll crop it out in a minute here. I forgot about that. Because I'm used to playing with this border. I think this border's fucking awesome. I love it. It's the planet. It was like the perfect border to play Metroid Fusion on. Because there was a time when I used to play Metroid Fusion on the TV. I thought that was awesome. Isn't it automatic when you... No, okay, I guess not. There we go. Request. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Completing the Pokedex in this gen is so ridiculous to even attempt. Even if you ignore the 4 mythical Pokemon, it's still, like, intense. That's why I want to get the Coliseum Ho-Oh again. And then I will, nice. I want to get the Coliseum Ho-Oh again, and then I want to get the 3 Gen 2 starters from Mount Battle. And then I'm never doing that again. That's like one thing I do want to do, is I want to get those and then call it a day. But yeah, I think this works pretty decently, all things considered. So I'm actually very happy with how that turned out. I knew it worked. The only thing I tried to do was I tried to record the division, and I just could not get it to work for the life of me. It was truly a tragic time. I was really disappointed. Like, I really wanted to record the Division 2, but I just could not get a setup that would run it. It was the worst feeling in my life, because I was really sad I could not play that game. Like, no matter what I did, I could not play that game at all. Okay, but, yeah, using the D-pad is kind of suspect. I won't front. The GameCube doesn't have a great D-pad sometimes. Some games it's really alright, and I don't know, but obviously it's not a game-by-game basis. It's just really weird. I think it doesn't translate well to GBA games specifically. What? Oh, there you go. I think they actually do about the same damage. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get a very decent start. And I forget what the version exclusives are for this gen. Alright, so now we have to talk to this guy. Yes, you don't know how to catch a Pokemon. We literally have to sit through this. This is actually how you would do the Mew glitch. Right? I actually forget how you execute it. I used to do it on the 3DS version all the time. And I quite literally forget now. Quite literally is the wackiest thing ever. I mean, I'm using hardware that's all over the place at this point. Yeah, he gives you the Teachy TV. Oh, no, crap. Okay, thank you. So you can do the rival fight. I forget up until what point the rival fight's available. I think it might be once you beat Brock. He kind of just leaves. He doesn't care. Okay. I think the potion was literally in the tree in Gen 1. I don't think there's Mankey in this version. I might be wrong, though. Mankey is actually a really, really good Pokemon to have. But I think I might be wrong. We have to see. Because I would... Oh, never mind. I'm 100% wrong. They might have changed what Pokemon are readily available in this version. The one thing I do like about Kanto is that the entire second half, or the entire middle portion of the game is pretty much open-ended. Like, you can skip... You could do the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th gems in any order you want. And I think that's always been really cool about Gen 1. Like, you can completely ignore it. The only reason you can't skip Misty is because you need Cut, I think. But I think you can bypass having to get Cut for her right away. Like, the only thing that locks you out of is, I think you can go down and fight Lieutenant Surge first. Okay. This is the most I've ever used Mankey since, basically. Oh, crap. What is Bold? Is that like attack down? I forget what Bold is. I don't remember. I'm not resetting for other Pokemon. That's too much work. Like, actually too much work. Especially when we've got quite a lot of energy and stuff to burn through. I also gotta figure out which Ruby is the Ruby I actually need to finish the playthrough on. And then I'll actually do that. If I feel more energetic tonight, maybe I might do that. But if not, I probably will do it tomorrow. Just because I don't particularly want to commentate. Which is very ironic, because that's literally what I'm doing right now. I think I've only ever done... I think I've done one run of Squirtle through through these remakes, one run of Bulbasaur, but every other run has been with Charmander. Just because I think that Charmander is just the more interesting one, because you don't really get a lot of legs up on any gyms in particular. Like, yeah, Erica becomes a joke, but you don't do well against Brock. You don't have the advantage. You definitely are not going to have a fun time against Misty. And depending when you do Lieutenant Surge, you might even be weak to him. So it's really kind of a give and take when you play... let me restart. It's a give and take when you play Charmander. But I think that makes it more interesting. It's kind of like why I like playing Chikorita in Gen 2. Well, partially because it was my first run through Gen 2. But also just because... it's more interesting. Because if you take the other two, Feraligatr pretty much rolls the entirety of the game, either through primary type advantage or secondary type advantage. And Cyndaquil kind of does the same thing, honestly. Feraligatr definitely does ridiculous stuff because even in the 8th gym, you could just teach it Ice Punch from the Goldenrod store, and then there's just no challenge. That's why it's not as interesting, in my opinion. I probably will have to heal after this if I don't get crit. I mean, if I get crit, that's another story entirely. Gen 3, it's kind of a toss-up. I think that Swampert makes for the easiest starter. You're not weak to Winona. You don't get destroyed by Tate and Liza. You can use Surf to your advantage. I mean, I think the Solrock knows Sunny Day, though, so it goes about as well as you'd expect. I think you get the running shoes later, if I'm not mistaken, too, because I flat out don't remember when you get them in these games, which is sad, because last year I said the same thing. I don't remember when you get the running shoes. Might catch a Pidgey, but I don't think it's worth catching one this early. I almost don't even think I want to use the Mankey in general, because you kind of don't really need it. The only thing I'm worried about is if his Bulbasaur knows Vine Whip. That's like the only thing I'm spooked by. Is his Bulbasaur legit might actually one-shot me. Yeah, because last year when I played this, I had Echo because of the way I had my setup. So, quite literally, it was not a very fun time. Oh, Lord. You're not actually going to lose this, are you? Yeah, he's not going to win this. It's kind of why I don't really want to train anyone else right now. That is one thing I don't like doing in Pokemon games, is sometimes I don't like to catch Pokemon at the beginning, really. Because more or less, mostly anything, you could kind of just steamroll with your starter. What I might do is, I think I'm going to try to catch a Pikachu, because there's not really a lot of electric types in Gen 1, at least not early in the game. If you don't get Pikachu, you pretty much just have Electabuzz and Jolteon as backups, and that's pretty much it. And it helps a lot. Yeah, this is just cutting experience gains. Well, let's see if we could find one. I think you could hold off this rival fight for a fair chunk of time. I haven't played these games enough to really memorize a lot of them. Like, I know Gen 2 kind of to a science, and I know some of Gen 4, but it's kind of bad because I've forgotten most of Gen 4, because I haven't played through a Gen 4 game, like the Johto Gen 4 games, in forever. And they have so much to them, too, which is the other thing. That's why I truly hold them as some of the best Pokemon games ever. Where do you get the running shoes from? I'm paranoid. I feel like you can't miss them, but at the same time, I feel like I will miss them. It makes me kind of paranoid, honestly. I feel like they're in pewter, but who would give you the running shoes that you don't already have? Let me look it up, just because. I like how I get ads from Adidas, thank you. Okay, yeah, you do. It was worth checking. You can run by default in Gen 7. because they give you other stuff. Kind of weird. So the start of the game is just flat out walking. You can't run, can't do anything. There's hidden items here. I don't know where they are. I'll catch a Caterpie. This is kind of the 2 damage. Where we're both doing 2 damage to each other. Honestly, I'll take the Caterpie over the Mankey. The only thing I know that's gonna suck is, like, I think Misty's Starmie is completely stacked, which is the other thing I kind of don't like about it. It just knows too much and it does too much. And I think that's probably one of the worst parts about fighting Misty. I am still praying for the day I find a shiny legitimately in one of these GBA games, because it has happened to me before, I think once or twice. It's one of the reasons I always run around with Pokeballs now in a Pokemon game. Impish. I forget what Impish is. I think it's defense down, special up, maybe? You'd be surprised. There's like a few that I think everyone memorizes, and then there's just a lot of others that just kind of fall through the cracks. I think this is a rare encounter. Can Beedrill learn anything good in this gen? Oh, come on. Well, we'll swap that. Imagine I get poisoned here. Oh yeah, he can only spam Poison Sting. Yeah, that was totally, definitely gonna happen. That's fate. Look at the trouble I'm in now. So there's a good chance I'm gonna faint here. I'm gonna try to catch this thing and just get out of the grass. Because the biggest threat is, like, I run into... Oh no, he has string okay. Now I see what this is about, game. I'm kind of praying that this works. I don't think I could get him any lower than without KOing him. Thankfully, none of these Pokemon are meant to be hard to catch. One Pokeball. Oh, let me get out the grass. Thank you. Okay. Squirtle's screwed, but not much I could do about that. I probably should have bought at least like 2 or 3 potions beforehand. Thankfully, happiness doesn't matter in this game that much. This is the last gen where Pokemon actually faint like this, I think. I think in Gen 4, you don't take... It leaves them with 1 HP. And in Gen 5, you just flat out don't take poison damage out of battle. Okay. Gentle. I think... That's 1 defense stat up and something else down. I've never used a Weedle before, though. Probably not going to use any of them, honestly. But that would be pretty cool. Just to have at least 1 run, just use a Weedle. And just have a Beedrill the whole time. I mean, it is my 2nd highest Pokemon, so I mean, fair enough to it. But yeah, that's kind of why, like, a lot of these, at least during this playthrough, what I did was I would swap out, for my training, I would basically train and swap to another Pokemon. Swap method's always pretty much the best method. It's pretty much the only way you get anything done in this game. I totally didn't buy any potions either, or anything. Let me get to pewter. Oh, that's a complete wrong way. Actually, if I go to pewter, then I won't be able to fight Gary. So I don't know. Probably shouldn't do that. Critical. I wish I could store up my crits, honestly. I wish there was a game that lets you do that. That would be pretty sick. But then the whole game would revolve around farming crits. So it wouldn't really be as fun. Like, the RNG nature of it kind of makes it not fun by extension. Because pretty much the whole game would turn into farming crits. Let's swap you in. And then maybe we'll try to use the Weedle. I really want Mankey to learn Karate Chop. I forget what level it learns Karate Chop at. Critical. Miss. Damn near a flawless fight, but 5 damage just kills me inside. Basically a first move crit. Like we're actually still stuck in Gen 1. It's really the stab that I want, and I really need. This thing has no defense whatsoever. I don't know if Mankeys are just naturally really low on defense, but this thing is really low. It's like 5 damage on everything. I'm gonna risk it. Oh, never mind. I won't even get to. It's a crit. Is this thing faster than me? Oh, forget it. I don't even remember. I don't think it is. That's actually crazy. I even thought in my head, you know, I'm within crit range if this thing is gonna kill me. I don't think it was, but whatever. That's why we have cannon fodder, quite literally. It's like for no experience. I think I'm just gonna push ahead, honestly. I forget how ridiculous the second rival fight is. I do remember needing to grind a little bit for it, but I don't remember what his jump in levels is. I think he just has a Pidgey and his starter. And it's not meant to be super tough either. I don't really even remember how many rival fights there are. There's the SSN, there's the start of the game, there's right after the start of the game, there's the end of the game, and then he's the champion. I forget if there's Silphco. So I think there's like 6, maybe 7 rival fights in this whole game. Okay, whatever. Let me just do it. Because in that way I can progress with no problem. That's not really the big concern. See, that's the nice thing about later Pokemon games, is the experience share kind of makes it nicer to level up Pokemon. I'm not a huge fan of how they did a bunch of stuff with it. I don't like how they handled it in Gen 8, obviously, because, I mean, some people would argue, what do I like about Gen 8? But, specifically, I don't like that it traits EVs, especially in Gen 7, training EVs is literally just leave the game on. Not even leave the game on, just set it and come back in 12 hours or whatever the max is, I forget. It's been so long. I haven't trained Pokemon and their EVs in forever. Fast on, shift sound. Can we change that to, does it make a difference here? I don't even remember. I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head, honestly. The real question is, do I lead? Yeah, let me lead with Mankey. The only goal is to weaken him as much as possible, and then switch in. And then we go from there. Yeah, he has a Pidgey. Level 9? This dude is feeding them steroids. Holy shit. Fuck it. Yeah, he definitely knows Vine Whip. Oh, I'm super screwed. I could have sworn it was like level 5 and level 9 for Pidgey and his starter. I'm completely wrong. I'm gonna... I don't know. If he knows Vine Whip, I'm really fucked. I think he does. Oh my god, are you for real? There's a reason I skipped this, honestly. I remember now. We're speed tied. That's not good. I mean, it's good experience, but I'm so screwed. I have no clue what I'm gonna do here. I have no clue. Alright, no, it's just 2 level 9s. Okay. Can't poison him, I don't think, so forget it. I mean, the only advantage I have of letting Weedle faint is I can switch in for free. So let me just switch in for free. It's like the only advantage I have of letting Weedle die here. But I guarantee you, he has to know Vine Whip. There's no way. There's literally no way in hell. Okay, tackle. Is he softening me up for a one-shot? This is suspicious gameplay. Highly suspicious gameplay. Illegal gameplay. Alright, I don't know. Maybe they intentionally don't give it to him there. Withdraw, that's not gonna help. That is super suspect. You should quit dawdling and get a move on, having kicked my ass thoroughly. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna fix this. Let me fix this then. This is, oh no, it's kind of not great to fix this. I actually don't have an HD PVR 2 one, do I? No, because this is Elgato. Let me duplicate this, right? I forget if this is gonna change how it comes across. That's not it at all, thank you. So if I go here, I do this. Pixel perfect. It's at least slightly better, but if I do this... Oh, okay, no, perfect. It's saved by loadout. By loadout is totally not the right way to say it. I do like that you can hear Pokemon cries in the wild. That was a nice feature of Gen 3. I think it still persists, actually, to this day, which is pretty nice. I need to buy supplies. I keep forgetting. Let me do it first before I go to the Pokemon Center. No. Hell no. And I'm pushing buttons too quickly. Do 3. Do 6. And buy some potions with whatever's left. It's better to overspend early, because I don't want to lose a fight and lose precious money. I'd rather convert it to items. Which is pretty much how Elite 4 farming goes. If you can't beat the Elite 4 and you don't want to leave Victory Road. That was my original Ruby playthrough, basically. No! I think there's a mod of some Pokemon game where it just goes right to the box that says, would you like to heal your Pokemon? And then they don't even talk to you as you leave. The model ideal Pokemon game, of course. Someday I'm gonna go back to, Let's Go Eevee and finish the fucking game and catch Mewtwo. Someday I'm gonna go back to it. It might not be today. It might not be any time in the near future. It probably will be, though. I will go back and finish Let's Go Eevee. I just got so annoyed trying to catch Mewtwo. Like, I couldn't. It drove me fucking insane. It's terrible. Like, I had a lot of fun with it up until, like, I want to say the halfway point. And that's when I think a couple other of my friends quit. Because it's just like, who wants to even put up with this nonsense? Nothing, like, you'd think it would be like the super ultimate casual game. You could basically do, like, perfect, excellent captures and still not do well. And not catch the Pokemon. I'm pretty sure this is literally just commentary from a year ago at this point. Finally. Thank you, Certified Poison. I think Beedrill learned some other good moves. It's not good to use fighting type moves against, It's not good to use fighting against bugs, so just scratch. That's going to be really good for, fighting Brock. I'm going to use Mankey to fight at least a couple of the trainers or something. Alright, we'll swap. I'm going for this. I'm not abandoning this Beedrill, I swear. I just got to get it 2 levels to become a Kakuna, and then another 3 to evolve it. Not giving up on her. I believe in her. Usually I look the complete other way when it comes to Weedles. I'm not doing it. I have faith in them. I think I've played a few games with a Butterfree, honestly. I forget what the spawn rate for Pikachu is. It's really low. It's like 5%, I think, and that might be the highest it goes. Oh, forget this. It's not even worth. If I'm gonna fight something tooth and nail, it damn near better give me some good experience. Oh, great. Weedle. Probably having a Pidgey and evolving it really soon would be also good. This is not going to take us anywhere, honestly. Or we're just going to chip away at each other. One hit at a time. The only good thing is no one can get poisoned. At this point, this is just me trolling, kind of. I think it's double resistance. What's L and R? Wait, what the hell? Can you not do it in the middle of turns? Oh, I guess I never opened the help menu. Probably should do that after this. Alright, I'm hoping... See, what's stupid is he's not using String Shot. I'd love for him to use String Shot. Thank you. Well, I'd like for him to use it on the turn I swap out, is what I really meant. Let's hope he does it again. Absolutely not. Critical? No poison. Alright, I win. I don't know if we're speed tied yet. Nope. Bulbasaur is always a very interesting run because at least you could say, well, I don't get poisoned. That's at least the one thing you could say about running with Bulbasaur is you're not going to get hit by poison very hard, and you're also not going to get poisoned yourself. You also get access to like sleep powder and stuff too, which is helpful. Like your starter pretty much does everything. I just don't like Entei out of all the roamers. I think Entei is... It might be the coolest in Colosseum, but it's not the coolest here. Kakuna. This thing doesn't know Poison Sting, does it? I'm gonna bank that this is just a throwaway Pokemon. It's like having a Magikarp, basically. Yeah. There's really no point in using Leer, because he's just gonna raise his defense. So I might as well just kind of like turbo through and tank it. In fact, what I should do is I should swap once I get it low to Weedle, so Weedle can get the kill and they can split the XP. Because having a poison bug type might be pretty helpful at some point. I don't know when and where. I don't think I'm catching an Abra, so I don't know what other psychic types I'm going to be able to get besides like maybe Mr. Mime, which is not a great one. I think that's what kind of really sucks. There's not a lot of great Pokemon diversity in Gen 1. Like, there's not really a good diversity of fire types until, like basically the end of the game, you get exposed to a bunch of them. Until then, you pretty much have not much of a choice in what you're going to take. Almost. It's probably at, like, 1 health exactly. Yeah, imagine I got a shiny Weedle. That would be pretty sweet. Okay. I don't think we can lead off with Weedle anymore, but we'll do it. 1 antidote. I think if you go this way, there's an item. Maybe. I don't remember what the layout of Viridian Forest is off the literal top of my head. Maybe I should catch a Pidgey. If I could catch one that comes knowing Gust, that would be awesome. I forget at what point they start to know that. It's some point in the future. I think Caterpies are rarer in this version. Oops. I think they're rarer. I might be wrong. But I feel like they are. They also widen this. Oh, well, that's nice. It's not like 1%. I think the Nidoran population is also heavily skewed. It's like 1% for the opposite versions. Oh, forget it. We'll enter this battle and we'll swap. It's just, yeah, level 9. That is relatively high. I mean, low kick will probably be enough to get us to karate chop. I don't think you can learn the elemental punches in this game. I don't think there's a tutor, so you kind of have to go to Emerald. Emerald was like the first game to have like a really decent tutor system, because it was the first game to have like really... Well, the Sebai Islands is post-game content. There is a tutor in this game too. I forget where. I don't remember where specifically. Nice. Thank you. Hopefully this takes me into Torrent, which would be nice. No, that's half. He would have needed to hit me, and I would need to not kill him this turn. And then maybe I would be in Torrent range. I need to be like at 10 health, I think. Oh, wait, no. He might hit me into it. Yeah, okay. It's actually perfect, honestly. What sucks is I usually never get to exploit any of the ranges like that. Okay, we can skip that. Kind of just want to get the running shoes first. It would make life so much easier just to be able to actually move, you know. I thought there was a trainer on this route. Alright, so let's heal out. I could probably sweep all of Brock's gym with Squirtle, just based on the fact that I'm in Torrent. But whatever, we don't really care about that. I'm also not buying the Magikarp this run. As fun as it was to like jokingly buy it, and then seriously consider making it into a Gyarados, and then actually making the Gyarados a beast, I'm not doing that this time around, because that's 500 Poké Dollars I could save. As awesome as it was. I will say that was actually pretty fucking cool. Slight-eared man. The first gym is always a rock type. I have no clue why. I actually forget if low kick does good damage on Geodude. Not really. It just does like a normal tackle. Oh my god. Okay, I think this might still let me kill him in 2 hits. Maybe. Maybe? Yeah, he doesn't care. It's like the tiniest sliver of HP possible. Wow! Sandshrew. He's massive experience for that. Okay, he's not beating this thing. What? This fucking game, man. Like, actually unlucky beyond reason. You know how easy of a sweep that would have been too? Just to let him level to 8. Like, just to give him a smidgen of respect and clout. I'm not even leaving. I think I can beat Brock with just this. I actually probably should check where he is in my party list before I do anything. You know, I don't even need to switch him. That's fine. I don't think he does the Wakanda pose in this game. No, he doesn't. That was something they added back in Let's Go. I think Let's Go is actually trying to be more OG with that. All things considered, that's probably one of the coolest things it ever did. Almost a one-shot. If I had just used nothing but Squirtle this whole time, that would have been a one-shot. Because I probably would almost be about to evolve. Yeah, because if I'm getting this, I would have gotten almost a level off of that last Geodude. 40... 20... Oh, Bubble's only 20 in this gen? Get rid of Tail Whip. I'm never going to use it. I actually did not know that Bubble was only 20. I think they might have buffed it to be equal to Water Gun in later gens. Specifically because of how bad it is. It does have a chance to lower speed, though, which is nice, I guess. So the next fight that I get into, I'm just literally going to swap immediately off of Squirtle and go to Mankey. And Flash. Oh, we need a Pokemon that can use Flash. Maybe. I might just look up the route through a rock tunnel. Yes. Go fuck up Misty, please. This is the game with the trainer's eyes, I think, right? No, this is also the game with the Versus Seeker, which is how they got around needing money to enter the Safari Zone and to buy the lemonade. But they got around the lemonade by just not forcing you. Wait, is this the guy? Where's Professor Oak's aide? Is he by the Pokemon Center? No, he might be further out, honestly. All I know is I should probably just buy some extra potions and stuff. I forget what's even in Mount Moon. I had a much better Let's Go time in Fire Red than anything else. I'm gonna also get rid of this Caterpie. Even though Butterfree does have like a good move selection later, I'm not taking it. He's a beloved member. I might dump him in the daycare center when we get up to it. Just, oh lord. Might as well shop just even for a little bit. Let's buy 3 Awakenings. I doubt we will ever need more than that. We'll buy 1 escape rope. I never go into any cave without an escape rope. And we can only buy 2. Let's buy 2 Pokeballs. And 1 potion. Keep that money low. Honestly, just using only Squirtle would probably be more interesting. Yeah, here he is. Okay. So maybe they don't even let you get past this point. It's mandatory. Go speed to run. Okay. This letter attached. Dear Malcolm, here's a pair of running shoes. Always cheer for you. Don't ever give up. From Mom. You looked at me, didn't you? Now, there's... I don't think the lower route takes you anywhere. I think you have to go the high route. Oh my god, that level increase. It knows. I should have known. I had a feeling. No, crap. Okay, good. You can't. Okay, thank you. I don't want to do that. I had a feeling at 9 it learns Gust. Now, being tanky is finally going to come in handy here. Because whatever damage it does is just going to kind of roll off me. Not if it gets a crit, but you get the idea. I think Blastoise might be almost as tanky as Venusaur, if not more so. Especially if I can evolve. We gotta get into Mount Moon first. There's actually a Pokemon Center outside of Mount Moon, which is nice. What sucks is in the Johto games, even though it still exists, you can't fly there or to the one outside of Rock Tunnel, which is very unfortunate. I actually do like that. Yeah, look how much damage it does. This is a base 40 power move. Guaranteed 2-shot. It's a bug catcher. Colton. I'm actually curious how... Well, no, I don't think low kick does enough because it's based on weight. Oh, with a little bit, he might be able to do this. If he does string shot again, he can win. He might not be able to win. No, I think he can. It doesn't even matter if he moves first, I don't think. The only way I could lose this is if he crits or I miss. That's the only way it's not happening. Which would be very unlikely. Thank you. Almost. I kind of want to teach him Rock Tomb, but later we're going to get Rock Slide. So it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, is it better to teach him a one-time move now or later? And honestly, I think it might just be better now, because it'll at least give him some more coverage. I have no clue what I'm going to do about Misty, honestly. Misty might be one of the most annoying gyms in the game, in any of the games, honestly. I always find her incredibly tough for really no reason. It just seems like they don't really give you a good sizable amount of Pokemon before Misty. I didn't switch. Whatever. Like, they basically give you Pikachu, but Pikachu isn't tanky enough to take a hit from Starmie and not be in a heal loop sometimes, unless you really grind your ass off. Like maybe one of the Nidorans, I guess? Maybe, if you don't evolve it with the Moonstone? I know this version has Meowth. I forget what the version exclusives are. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to heal Squirtle. We need to level Weedle as well. I like shorts. This is going to be tragically depressing, honestly. Yeah, forget it. It's not even worth fighting. I forget where we got the Dratini from in the Fire Red playthrough. It might have been from the Safari Zone, maybe. I don't remember. Like, we are basically not tanking anything at this point. We're not speed tied, but we're not taking any secondary hits. Okay, Ekans. He won't learn Harden if I do this, but Harden is literally never going to be used. Not even once. And that he can soak the Intimidate, which doesn't really matter anyway. What's a third of 37? 12? Right? Yeah. I need one more hit to get into Torrent. If this doesn't poison or crit, we're in good shape. Perfect. Look how much more damage that did because of it. I forget what the trigger. I think it's a third of your HP, and then you do 1.5 times damage of water moves. It's basically like getting an extra stab. Or I don't know if that mathematically checks out or not. It's really kind of close though. We're gonna keep this thing, I'm telling you. Okay, congrats. Oops. We don't really have anything in the bag worth using. See if we can evolve him by the time we're out of here. That would actually be probably one of the best things that could happen, is we can evolve Weedle, or Kakuna. This guy's gonna have a bunch of low-level ones. Of course. Thank you. The whole opening of this game has just been poison stings. It's all we've had to contend with. What is cool is that bug-type Pokemon also have a version of a Torrent. But Swarm is like, I don't think there's any Pokemon tanky enough to make good use of it. Like, I've never seen anyone rely on it. I've never seen it really ever come in handy, ever. Because people kind of don't really use a lot of the bug-type Pokemon out there. Which is sad, because I think that Mega Beedrill is actually something that's really cool and interesting. Like, there's a reason I like it so much. I forgot to switch, by the way. Kakuna. This thing might know Poison Sting, actually. So what I'll do is I'm going to heal the poison. See if it does anything. It's impossible to tell. Are there any double battles in this game? I don't think there are. I think there might be like one or two. Yeah, it is a throwaway. Could literally have Mankey come in and finish him. But I'm not going to do that. Level 8. Metapod. Well. If his Kakuna doesn't know any attacking moves, I don't think his Metapod will either. But I think the only thing that's going to be annoying is that it's just going to harden, so I might as well just not do that. If I taught it Rock Tomb, maybe. It's just not going to do anything. I don't have a lot of water guns left. So I'm going to skip those two trainers that I didn't fight. I'm going to get to the Pokemon Center and come back. I guess maybe I should just teach Mankey Rock Tomb. That would probably be better than not doing it. Also got to start using Bubble a little bit. That would be actually super excellent if I could get Beedrill before we finish this. He has what, a Caterpie, a Metapod? Does he have 3 Pokemon? No, only 2. That would actually be pretty cool if he pulled out a Butterfree. It would be the actual first fully evolved Pokemon of the playthrough. We're probably going to get Wartortle and Beedrill before we get to Mount Moon. I guess I should kind of bank on Misty putting me into Torrent range when I fight her. Because at least I'll resist it, so I'll have a better chance if I could literally hit her with anything else that will damage her and not totally destroy me. Oh wow, she is a trainer. I was actually going to say, I don't think she's a trainer. Oh no. It's a boss fight. This is gonna be the worst thing that ever happened to me ever. It's just gonna spam. Or maybe pound. I thought maybe she knew like sing or something for a second. Fine. I already got what I wanted. What would be really cool is if I was actually able to one-shot KO out of Torrent. Or, I'm sorry, in Torrent. Guarantee it, but I don't have the moves to do that, so I kind of just got to deal with it. What's nice is later we get the Poké Flute, which basically makes every awakening in the game worthless, which is why they never did it again. I think it works in Gen 1 and it works here too, and I don't know if they just forgot and just did it anyway and didn't think about what it really implies, but they did it. And they did it twice and they never did it again. Okay. This is actually going to be helpful. See, with Charmander, though, we actually kind of had to utilize our different Pokemon and our different teammates and everything. Here, we don't really have to do that, because Squirtle pretty much is enough to carry us through pretty much everything. I think this person doesn't fight you. Yeah, no one out here fights you either. Plus, we don't even really need to take another water type. What we really need is someone to like be able to fight Lorelei and cover some different types. That's pretty much it. I think one of my GameCube controllers also flat out doesn't work either, which is depressing in its own way. Yeah, let's catch this. That's not catching it. Probably have to tackle it. That's right, my power kind of went up from evolving. You know what? Now that we kind of can reliably kill, this is actually good, because it means that farming and evolving will be faster. So honestly, you could just wait till now to catch Pokemon, I guess. I never thought about it like that. You don't even need to do it until Route 4, basically. I would not catch this. The reason I wouldn't is because there's no point in catching a Pokemon that's lower level. Probably 7 might be the maximum. But I think like maybe 8 would also be pretty high too. Yeah, see now it knows like a whole bunch of moves. Alright, we're almost there. And then I'm going to go back and use that other experience on Mankey. Did we take a Nidorino before? I think we did. You know, I think you can find higher level Nidoran later. Definitely from the Safari Zone. So I don't really know if it's worth it to catch one now and have to level it a whole bunch. Doesn't really seem like it in my opinion. Okay, good. That definitely does not seem like a useful usage of time. Yeah, I've actually never used a Beedrill before, like in anything I've ever done. So I don't know how well this will go. Like I've bred Beedrills, you know, given them a bunch of moves or whatever. But never actually, like, in a playthrough style, like, in a normal, just playing the game, used a Beedrill. Still doesn't really know that great of any moves or anything. And probably will never learn great moves. Beedrill aren't exactly known for being powerhouses. That look you gave. Yeah, what look? Give her like side eye or something. Like, I don't even really know what I'm supposed to use. Oh, 3. I'm gonna get a 5, a critical, 1 shot. Oh no, literally the like 1 HP basically. Flat out 1 HP. Had to get that 1 hit in for 14 damage. I'm not tanking anything with Beedrill. That's just not happening. I mean, we are not tanking any hits with Beedrill at all. Three hits. And that's kind of the end of any offensive I had. It's like half health after 2 turns, just barely. Like, I know at some point it learns Twin Needle, but even that's not like a really powerful move. It's literally only remembered for what? Being able to poison, and it's a bug type move. Basically Beedrill's signature move. Three times, 4 times in a row is not terrible. Especially since this thing doesn't really seem to know how to attack. We're at least protected from poison point. It's like one of the few things we got going for us. You're not wearing shorts. What's wrong with you? Oh no. It's a nightmare. It's a living nightmare. There it is. Well, we're lucky. We only got 2 times. Oh, Lord, please. I mean, I almost can't complain. I got a 5 times on my first usage, one of which was a critical, so... It's the weirdest setup of Pokemon ever. Alright, we're literally done now. I forget what's even in Mount Moon. We got a bunch of Zubats. Paris is on some floor. I don't remember what floor. I don't think we're gonna find anything in the grass, honestly. A Jigglypuff. I mean, like, the only thing notable about this is that Jigglypuff is, like, kinda rare. And it's a critical, so I guess we're not catching that. See, now, I need that ferocity on actual trainers, and it's not gonna happen. Alright, take 2. Basically the same Jigglypuff, probably. And poison, which isn't terrible. I'm just gonna catch it for the novelty. What does it have? Oranberry restored health. It's like nearly a full heal for it. Let's try this. If not, I'm just gonna waste time. Just let the poison do its job. Yeah, okay. This also works. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter what I do. I really like Mega Beedrill. That's actually the crazy part, is I think it looks so cool. Good lord. I'm gonna let it take maybe like another 2 points of damage, and then I'm gonna try to catch it. This is an incredibly awful set of poison. Okay. That should be good enough. Definitely not 100, but I mean, come on. It's a level 3 Pokemon. Now, the nice thing about Jigglypuff is that it's actually a pretty versatile Pokemon. Okay, cool. It actually is pretty versatile. Like, it knows and can learn a lot of different moves. Beyond just the meme of it using Sing constantly. It actually is good at a lot of different things. But, like a lot of normal type Pokemon, it can do a lot, but that doesn't mean it's really useful. Oh, it only knows Sing. Alright, well, we'll drop it in the daycare center, I guess, when we get to it. Did it really legitimately use nothing else besides Sing? I thought it... I guess it didn't, did it? At least until we get the experience share. I think to get the experience share, we have to see, what, 30 or 40 kinds of Pokemon? Which means it's definitely not going to be happening anytime in the immediate future. It's actually a long time away. I forget what order you get what in. I think you need like 60 to get the national dex too. I forgot to swap. That's bad. There's at least a usage or a good part about this. And this is why I don't like using Fury Attack. Because it's too unreliable. See, that's going to be the big problem with Beedrill is, like, now this is basic, that's a KO. But usually we're not going to get that. Usually we're only going to get 2 or 3 times. Which isn't awful now, but it's never going to be useful later. Just flat out. Bullet Seed. I don't think anyone can learn Bullet Seed. Literally no one. Bullet Seed is just another one of those repetitive moves. Okay. I think I'm going to teach her Rock Tomb. There's like no reason to not teach it, honestly. As nice as Rock Slide would be. And see, that's probably the tragedy of it, is that Rock Slide is still a better move, but I mean, there's technically better Pokemon who could learn it. I'm not learning it. So like right now, because of this, I'm gonna win this fight. Maybe get the speed down, but that's fine. Then you could maybe learn like Mega Punch or something. What really sucks is that the move tutors in this game only will take it or tutor it once, and they'll never tutor it again. So you can never really like consistently get something done and teach whatever you want to teach. Because it definitely, I don't think, wasn't until maybe Emerald where they started using battle points for pretty much everything in the post game. Even though the Battle Frontier is kind of notorious for cheating and counterpicking and just being, you know, just a pain in the ass sometimes with predictive moves. Just rocked him. The Harden is not making it easy, but this thing doesn't know anything else. I think occasionally they throw the curveball of, well, this Pokemon knows a move it really kind of shouldn't. Oh, excellent. Occasionally they'll do that. But usually you can tell by the level. Like a level 15 Magikarp is definitely going to use Tackle to try to catch you off guard. And you can't really, I mean, you kind of should know that that's going to happen. Did I gloss over? Yeah, I don't know where my special Pikachu edition is. I guess I'm just not going to find it. It has to be somewhere, and I don't know where I'm going to find it. It may pop up again, who knows. Okay, nice, level 10. Paralyze heal. That's okay, I guess. Especially this early on to save money is kind of nice. Yeah, it just sucks that I need basically 2 Rock Tombs to really kind of kill anything. It's like I'm already out. Like, I fought, what, maybe 3 Pokemon with it? Already out of Rock Tombs. Like, it's not a bad move, it's just trying to get through any kind of cave is always the meme of just 1,000 Zubats magnetized to your body. And then when they did it in Gen 5 and there were no Zubats, they just made Woobat and people said the same thing. So, there's no escaping it. Whatever cave Pokemon is most likely to appear is just going to be an eternal meme. And people are never going to shake that one off. They just flat out won't forgive them. I'll be fair, I can at least see why. It is horrifically annoying to have this every, like, you get I think 4 or 5 steps to move after an encounter. But, like, really speaking, that's not a lot. Like, in a cave that will take you a couple 100 steps to get from start to finish. It's not saying a ton. Clefairy. Was it going to use Metronome? Like, super effective, and it did that little. That feels bad. That's because it doesn't weigh anything. Alright, this is perfect. This is literally the most optimal thing that could happen. Good lord. A third of my life just because I had to repeat this 4 times. Bolt might be attack down, defense up, actually, now that I think about it. Karate Chop, thank you. Get rid of Leer. Karate Chop is less situational. Okay. Like, you get a decent amount of steps. Oh, a Geodude, huh? That wouldn't be terrible. But the thing is like, what is this going to be useful for? Lieutenant Surge, maybe? It's like the only thing it would be good against. You know what? I'll try to catch it. Fuck it. Well, no, that ×4 weakness to water and like everything under the sun isn't gonna help me, actually. I should just catch it, actually, now that I think about it. Whatever. If I find another one and I don't kill it, I'll catch it. Just to fill out Pokedex entries, basically. Paris. See how much damage this does. I don't think grass resists rock, because grass is an awful type. Okay. Great, I'm gonna have to heal after this too. I have 0 luck 100% of the time. Okay. Quirky. That's not terrible. And it knows Stun Spore. I mean, that's at least worthwhile to use. I don't really have any other grass types, so I might as well use it. Now, let me heal first. And this is kind of why I do a bunch of shopping before I leave, because having to backtrack all the way to Pewter City is definitely not on my to-do list at all. Pewter is way too far away. Oh, let me open this. How do you... What the hell is, Oh, you know why? Because I have the thing set to the wrong thing. Help. There we go. There we go. This is the help system. You can turn it off and there... Oh shit, yeah, pan it up. You can turn it off and just not end up having to use it. I forgot about that. I forget what L and R do then. Like, Pokemon is not a franchise that requires a ton of buttons usually. Oh my lord. I'm praying for some good damage here. And no crits. One HP again. The math always works out that way too. Like, the start of this game was crazy, don't get me wrong. I cannot really complain because we basically deleted the rival twice. But then stuff like this happens and I'm just like, well, how much am I really loved here? I'm really glad that was actually a legit one-shot. Zubat. Does it know wing attack? Am I gonna regret this? Because I can survive an Astonish, but I can't survive a wing attack. I don't know what level it learns wing attack at. That's what has me anxious. Oh, even better. Leech Life is legitimately garbage in this generation. Alright. Probably should heal. Oh my, that's not the buttons I pushed at all. And using the D-pad on this is kind of really bad. Star piece. Alright, let's see if I can catch this. I think before I used one karate chop. That's a critical, so never mind. Like, I'm not gonna despair over not catching a Geodude, but now that I actually decided to, I'm gonna have awful luck. I already know. Like just terrible odds. And there's gonna be 100 other Geodudes that are gonna magnetize to me, but it is kind of tragic that now that I actually want it, I can't get it. I already did a playthrough with the Zubat. It was XD, I think. Yeah, it was XD. Does she actually, yeah, yes she does, right? There's a trainer here, I think, who leech seeds, if I'm not mistaken. Oddish. I think this might be her. No, Oddish can't learn leech seed, I don't think. Yeah, this is gonna be some annoying shit. Let's do this. No, I didn't heal Paris. So, like, we could just kind of trade hits like this. He's gonna heal every turn, so I think, in theory, he'll beat me. Unless he keeps using Sweet Scent, which is totally okay. I think this is fine. Yeah, because he wasted 2 turns doing nothing. It's like literally 1 health though, which is terrible. Alright, well, a little late, but whatever. Critical hits at the end of the fight. Sprout. What can we do to a Bellsprout? See, like, Mankey, it's a little hard to use one, but they're not generally awful either. See, now this I can deal with. This is basically going to be Erica's gym, unless one of them knows, like, a really ridiculous move. I don't really remember what Erica's gym even does, because it's really never given me trouble. Pretty much everything hurts grass types. I actually don't think there's a way to get Jinx in this game that isn't nicknamed, except through breeding. I think every Jinx in Gen 1 has to have a nickname, right? It has to be Lola. Because I don't think Jinx appears anywhere in this region. It's like the weirdest design choice ever. I don't think there's anywhere else to get Jinx in Gen 1. It has to be that one person. I forget what you trade them for. But I don't know why they did that either. Gen 1 has a lot of weird, questionable design and balance decisions. I think that's kind of been documented to hell and back. But it's really awkward they made a Pokemon. It's not a mythic. It's not a legendary. It's only available through an in-game trade. In Gen 2, you could get it in Ice Path. I know that. But it's like, why? I don't know. Ekans, sure. Oh, he has Intimidate. That was a mistake. I realized it as soon as it came out it was going to do that. Let's do this. Yeah, we're basically going to get 3 times, I think, the most. It's not exactly a great setup. But immunity to poison this early on is at least worth considering. Alright. Thief. It's like one of the few dark type moves we're gonna get because there are no dark type Pokemon prior to actually, are there no dark type? Yeah, there's no dark types in the Gen 1 decks. So that's pretty much it. That's why Psychic, even Sabrina's still kind of annoying in this game. Like, the best thing about her is that just all her Pokemon have like terrible defenses now. Some of them always had terrible defenses, but in general, Psychics do not have great defense in any game. Which is kind of the point. They're all kind of supposed to be glass cannons or utility. Tata. We don't even need to change for Zubat. Like 1 HP. I mean, Leech Life is gonna what? Give it slightly more HP back? So I'm not that mad about it. Once they start learning like wing attack and stuff, then we're gonna be kind of in trouble. And that's kind of where the upgrade to Rock Slide comes in handy. Oh, this guy's worth it. I think once we get out of here, I might call it for this stream. Probably next time we do my favorite part of every Gen 1 and Gen 3 game. Any Kanto game, you get to do the big gym run, which is pretty much just doing a whole, like, a lot of the progression in this game is not linked to HMs. until like the end of the game, basically. So because of that, you can pretty much do anything in whatever order you please. Like you can go up to Lieutenant Surge without beating Misty, which is probably what I'm going to do to get as much experience as possible. And then you can, once you beat Misty, you can pretty much do any of the 4 major, like, inland Kanto gyms in whatever order you please. There's nothing really stopping you, which is nice, to say the least. Onyx. This might be this is a low kid. Weighs way too much. And now this is where Mankey starts to get ridiculous. Like, even in Gen 1, Mankey is just good. Even without Karate Chop, I think, being a fighting type. Just, it has the stats to kind of bully Pokemon around. Critical. Very nice. I forget when Mankey evolves. I think it's like 28 or something. It's really late. 1 Moonstone, which would be nice if we could get like a neat arena. I mean, we could evolve that Jigglypuff, but, you know. Yeah, I can't even not kill them now. Alright, this is the right way. I pressed right, but you kind of gotta ease up and then press as opposed to roll your finger. Just gotta get used to using this again, because I haven't used it since whenever the Fire Red playthrough was. I actually don't even remember. It must have been like... I was in the other room. That was like one of the last playthroughs I did in the other room, I think, before I came back over here. Which is nice. I actually do like being back here. I know I haven't talked about it much, but I do like being back in the OG room where I started out. I'm on a different part of the room than where I used to be, but it's still pretty nice. What's nice is I kind of put all my games up behind me, which is pretty sweet. I just need to hammer in some nails, so that way they will never fall over, because I'm a little paranoid that one day they might fall over. And that would not be good, because that's... Like, I have the GameStop racks, the old ones, that hold 36 games, and I stack them 3 high. So... that's a lot of games to have tumbling down. That's over 100 games in a stack, basically. And then I have this little weird one that's the new one they sell. Yeah, I basically have for PS2 games. But yeah, what I'll do tonight... I'm really glad I got this working, by the way. I was really scared and sad for a little bit that it was never going to work again. But what I'll do tonight is I will see if I can get figure out which Ruby is the one that I actually was doing the playthrough with, and then once I figure that out, I will I'll continue the playthrough. I might do it tonight. I might do it tomorrow, which is what I said yesterday. So once again, tomorrow never comes. But I'll see, basically, is what I mean to say. Let's do it. I gotta buy Pokeballs before I run into a shiny. Like, Geodude isn't terrible, it's just weak and slow. Like, everyone has water types. Including me. That was kind of the whole point of this run, is to run with the Squirtle and then catch Raikou. Like, yeah, did it take me ages to catch that Mewtwo? Of course, it was awful. But was it the worst thing I ever did? No. Certainly was not nearly as bad as Let's Go. which is one thing I will say. Like, is it is Let's Go a fun game? Yeah, it's fun, but I just don't like, one, you can't grind in wild encounters, and the catch rate for them is just way too low. It's not fun after a point to throw a ton of Pokeballs, catch nothing. It's not fun. Definitely not something I enjoyed. Like, the longer I went on, the less I wanted to catch, the more I just wanted to fight, basically. Oh, what a miraculous time that was. Oops, that was a mistake. Everyone said, oh, if Let's Go aren't the games for you, just wait for the next games. The main lines will be great. And then they totally weren't, and they were awful. And all the dumb shit surrounding them was not any better. What a timeline. In the course of 6 months, so much happened on one day, really, but it was a nightmare. Fury swipes? No, I have enough RNG. I don't care. Even though technically it would be better than Scratch, I think. I have enough RNG. I don't care. I'm gonna take, I'm not taking Helix this time. Oh, shit. Where you even find a Grimer at this point? I missed. Poison gas is, like, notoriously bad at being, bad at hitting. But then again, you know, my luck, if he does it enough, it'll work. Statistically and just, you know, probability-wise. Oops. Let's see if I can get away with this. Yep. I mean, partially because it was a crit, but you know what I mean. Coughing. You know any ground moves? Absolutely not. I'll probably try to raise this Geodude a little bit. Depends if I grind off or on stream. I don't really know yet. But yeah, the Fire Red still works. This Fire Red is honestly one of the best used games I bought from GameStop online. Never had a problem with it. I even think it came with its memory wiped. So needless to say, I was thoroughly pleased with how that turned out. This thing totally knows Sonic Boom. It's like what Voltorb is notorious for. A bad move pool, but it knows Sonic Boom. And it explodes, and it's really, really, really fast. Like, they basically gave it, like, this ridiculous speed stat. But no moves, so it can never capitalize on it or anything. It would be one of my favorite Pokemon if it had a good move pool. But sadly, Voltorb, even in the modern games, has a bad move set. Dome. This fossil is mine. Oh shit. Antidote. Alright. There's the usual cliff. I forget which one of these teaches what. But I know once you drop down, you can't get back up. And you're kind of stuck here until you... What is it? Until you can go to Diglett's Cave. And until you learn Cut, basically. And you're willing to go through Diglett's Cave. Mega Kick. Which Pokemon wants to learn it? I think it's Mega Kick for Wartortle, right? Yeah. And then we'll teach Mega Punch to Mankey, I guess. I don't know. You should run before you see with the Lunimate who trains only simple punching. Oh, wow. I don't really know if I want to teach it to Geodude, though. This is more PP, but it does less damage. Goes slugged by a punch throwing. There you go. The misguided fool. Okay. It contains Roar, which isn't going to be very helpful. Yeah, it's once you drop down this cliff, you're now stuck in Cerulean. It's a one-way. You either surf or you cut through Diglett's tunnel, or you fly, I guess, if you want to count every single method in the game. Alright, I might grind a bit just so that this isn't a super long playthrough, but I'm gonna call it here because I only really wanted to stream just to test this, just to kind of mess around and level up. But it works probably better than I've ever gotten it to work before. No echo, nothing. And I think that's worth its weight in gold, honestly. So I'm appreciative to that because that's actually really cool. All these years later, I could still use this junk just to record simple Game Boy games. But it's good enough because later, this is 100% what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to mess around and try to... Hold on. Elgato, please. Yeah, it's at 1080p too. That's actually really awesome. Buffering. Okay. I got everything to work basic. It's basically treating it as though it's a console, which is way better than trying to use the HD PVR 2 as a recording device capturing an old console. It's really kind of weird. But the HD PVR 2 does not really sync well with OBS, is basically the long story of the moral of the story, is that it's from a different time, and because of that, it doesn't really work well with OBS. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Hopefully everyone is having a good Corona-filled existence, and I'm definitely streaming tomorrow, like a normal stream probably. So that'll be pretty cool, I think.
But at least now it can't get much worse.
The volume on this is always the worst thing ever. Stream Deck, please. Alright, I'm gonna blast this. Here we go. That's not even... That's blasting. Stream Deck is truly a fucking masterpiece sometimes. It's really sad. The volume on it is so variable. It's so weird. Let me make sure I save before I ruin something. Just because I know I'm always paranoid. I always end up saving twice, honestly. I always get paranoid about it. And then I can just eject the game pack. Big ups. I don't know why Stream Deck is always this low. Because if I open it, it's always at a... This shit is maxed. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, well, that would explain a lot.
A what? Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. I got a pen mark. Anybody have any white? Do you have any white stuff?
I
I find I am becoming quite excited in here. There is no better sight than watching such handsome young men playing with their swords, yes? Goodness, Mother, that was extremely lewd of you.
I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it.